Hi guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I wanted to take you around my farm. I've actually gotten a lot of questions throughout the past couple of years about whether or not I am a real farmer. So I wanted to answer that question for you now. I got the same question in a comment on a YouTube video I recently did. And the short answer is yes, I am a real farmer, but a lot of people don't know what that means anymore. A lot of times when you think of a farmer, you picture the white barn and rolling hill, or the red and white barn and rolling hills, and that's simply one type of farmer, and that's certainly not what a lot of us farmers today are. So I wanted to take you along today. Today is Wednesday, which means it's harvest day for me. Tomorrow's my farmer's market. So I wanted to take you along and give you a little bit of a tour of my farm and kind of let you know what it's all about, and show you that I am in fact a real farmer. Come on. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is that there are lots of different kinds of farmers. A farmer is a farmer. A farmer is just a person who grows crops or animal products, which I don't do, but grows some sort of food for sale as a business. And that is exactly what I do here on Golgi Farm. So I did want to show you guys really quickly that there is something kind of special about the kind of farmer that I am. One thing that you may not know if you're new to my channel or my life is that Golgi Farm is an urban farm. What that means is I am in an urban environment. I actually share a property with a church, which you can see over there. There's my truck. And here is part of my field. I have 1/3 of an acre, which sounds really small. There's a very, very busy street corner. But it is intensively planted, and what that means is that unlike a lot of conventional farmers that take up a lot of space and make it easier to walk around and maybe make it look prettier, I try to use every inch of the ground to grow food, and some inches of vertical space as well, which I can show you in another video. If you guys would be interested in learning more about some of my urban farming techniques, that will for sure be a video in the future. Today is just to kind of show you what it is like to be an urban farmer, why I actually am a real farmer, and that I do in fact grow crops. As the one commenter asked, I do grow crops and sell them to people, and this is my full-time job. This is what I do for a living. So I'm gonna let you guys go because, like I said, it is harvest day and I gotta get this stuff cut before the sun comes up. See you in a little bit. Alright, well, I just finished harvesting the kale that I'm going to get today. I put it in this giant Rubbermaid tote. It's about halfway full right now, which is probably all that I'm going to get today, just because of where I am with weeding. So as an organic farmer, I don't use like Roundup Ready crops or anything like that. So to get rid of the other plants that are growing around them, it's all just by hand. So I'll show you guys really quickly what my kale rows look like right now. This is it. So you can't tell very much because the kale just got a haircut when I was harvesting it. But I am growing some other rows over there, and when those ones are ready, I'm hoping that they will have a slightly lower amount of grass growing in them just because of the part of the field they're in. Anyway, that again is more information I can give you in another video, but I just wanted to show you that crop number 1 has been harvested for the day, and it probably looks a little bit different than maybe what your idea of what a farmer looks like or what a farmer's crops look like, but this is my life as an urban farmer, is harvesting by hand with a pair of dollar store scissors and or a pocket knife in a Rubbermaid tote, and I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next harvest. Actually, first I'm gonna go drink some of my coffee because my fingers are numb. It's really cold this morning. And then I'm gonna go on and harvest probably the chard and arugula, which are other components of my salad mix. So stay tuned. Hey guys, I am harvesting radishes right now. I'll show you what this looks like in a second, but I am kind of just getting them at their last stage of possible usefulness. The crop that I planted early in the spring went to seed super fast because it jumped up from freezing temperatures to about 90 degrees in a week. So they all went to seed. So I am just cropping out the whole row, which means I'm just ripping everything out, whether it's ready or not, keeping the good ones. I'll compost the bad ones. So here is what my radish rows look like at the moment. So see how tall and spindly they've gotten, but look at these beautiful radish flowers. They are so dang pretty. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous. Some little white ones, some little pink ones. It's just, it's a beautiful sight. All right, just finished with my harvest. Got the truck loaded up and I am headed back home because, believe it or not, my farm is split up into 2 different locations. So this is the actual field. Like I said, I share a property with a church. You get to see that this morning, and in just a minute I will be showing you my home base. So come on with me for that. I don't think there was anything else I was gonna say. Let's go. All right, welcome to home base. For those of you who haven't seen it before, this is literally where I live. We are currently in my garage and all sorts of my husband's stuff is on that side, but on this side is my post-harvest area. So I've got my farm fridge here, which I had to modify because it originally was a part of a bar, so these only open 9 inches. So we modified it and I made myself a door, and and I can fit all of my veggies from the farm in there. So that's where they go before I wash them, and that's also where they stay until the market or until I distribute them to my CSA members after they've been washed. I've got obviously all sorts of, these are all my clean containers. Well, that's not all of them, that's all of them that are clean at the moment. Those are some harvesting containers, got some more containers and stuff under here. This, I will do a whole video on this sometime, but this is my post-harvest greens drying station, but it's also great for drying clean containers. So actually I'm gonna take these over here right now because this is the table that I use to wash my veggies. I do a double rinse. Hi, you wanna be in my video? My brothers are visiting me this week, so this is my brother Hunter. So I do a double rinse. The first rinse usually has salt in it to get rid of all of the bugs organically. The second bucket is just to rinse all of that off and any residual dirt. I have to sort them as well, make sure there's no grass or anything in there. Then they go into a basket, bring it over here where I dump it out, and then the water is able to drip down through the grate. Drips into this plastic area, which funnels down to a bucket so that I keep my husband happy by not ruining the floor of our garage. So the other major part of my home base is my hoop house, which I am so proud of and so absolutely in love with, and let me show you why. So out here it's pretty chilly this morning, and in early spring it's definitely really cold here in Michigan. But the hoop house is a lovely, warm environment, at least warmer than the rest of where I live. A hoop house, for those of you who are wondering, is called that because of the hoops. So we bent those out of conduit, and created this lovely environment that is warmer, like I said, than the outside environment. It's where I start seeds, it's where plants stay until they're ready to go out in the field, and it is the reason that I am able to be a farmer and not just an at-home gardener who puts seeds in the ground once it's warm enough. This really helps me extend my season, and it has been an absolute lifesaver for the business. Right now I just have some flats of lettuce, some flats I just planted yesterday with no sprouts yet, and some leftover tomatoes that didn't have room in the field that I'm planning on giving to some friends pretty soon. So that's the hoop house. So one other thing that I want to talk about today is what it means to be a farmer and what my farm really means and what it's all about. First of all, to be a farmer is to be somebody, like I said at the beginning of this video, who grows crops as a business to sell for their community. And that's exactly what I do. It's my full-time job. I am out on the field, I don't even know how many hours a week, but I wake up early in the morning, do things around the homestead, head out to the farm. I'm out there all day, and I don't get back until close to dinner time. And then when I get back, I have a quick dinner, and most of the time I then go back out to my hoop house or to my post-harvest area and do stuff like that, or else I'm working in my office sending out emails and fresh sheets to sell my produce to different restaurants nearby, one in particular that's currently buying from me, trying to expand that, messaging my CSA members, which I'll do a video later on CSA, but messaging them to let them know about products that are coming up, sending out a newsletter, just all sorts of stuff. So yes, I am, as my trade, as my full-time job, a farmer, no questions asked. The difference, by the way, between me and being a gardener, which is something that people are commonly confused about because my farm doesn't look like a traditional farm, is that a gardener typically is growing for themselves and their families, and it's more of a hobby or something that you do for your own home, not so much a business. So that is kind of how I differentiate those. That is hopefully a not too terribly rambly video about my farm and kind of what it looks like, a little bit about what I grow. I will do future videos that have a little bit more information about specific crops, but still early spring here, so I am mainly in the greens area of things. But if you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button down below so that you can see the other ones that come out in the future. Follow me on Instagram at GolgiFarm. I also have a Twitter now, which I don't post very much other than just YouTube videos, but if that's something that you guys would like to see me do in the future, let me know. I would love to see your comments down below. Comment if you are somebody who follows a specific farm in your area. I follow a lot of local farmers on Instagram, and I would love to know who the cool, interesting local farmers around you are, so leave those down in the comments as well. Thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate your support. I will see you guys next time, and in the meantime, go grow something.